So it's been 8 years since Ballymun Kickhams last won a county championship in Gaelic football, and of course in that time they've suffered some disappointing defeats to the likes of Na Fianna, St Vincent's and St Jude's in that time period. Of course in 2012 when they won the Dublin County Championship, they would later go on to win the Leinster Club Championship, and then of course would be beaten by St Bridget's in the final, St Bridget's of Roscommon that is. And of course for Ballymun Kickhams, they have a star-studded team, we cannot deny that. The likes of Dean Rock, the likes of James McCarthy, Philly McMahon's in there, Davy Byrne, John Small, Evan Comerford of course will be available for Ballymun Kickhams this year. But of course what has gone wrong in the past 8 years for Ballymun Kickhams in terms of winning an All-Ireland Club Championship, most notably even winning a Dublin Club Championship. When you look at their team, in my opinion, they should be reaching finals, they should be a lot more competitive than they are, and in this video we will break down what exactly has gone wrong for them in the past 8 years. What's going on everyone, it's Aaron here from GA Fan TV. I hope you're all keeping very well of course, and I hope you have a very nice weekend. Hopefully the weather picks up again. Of course it was very nice last weekend, and hopefully we can get more of that, because as we very well know, we very rarely ever get a summer in Ireland unfortunately, unless it was 2018 of 2 years ago, which was absolutely unbelievable. But look, listen, we will not discuss the weather in today's video. Instead we look at Ballymun Kickhams. What a team Ballymun Kickhams have. I mean, let's be honest here. Let's have a look at the team that played against Na Fianna last year, just to see some of the players that are involved in this team. You've got Philly McMahon there in defence, of course you've got James McCarthy in midfield, one of the best midfielders in the country. You've got Davy Byrne in there, Paddy Small, Dean Rock of course in the side as well. Of course John Small wasn't available for this game, but he will be available for the game against Skerries Harps on Friday. We've also got Evan Comerford, who will be coming back into the team as well. That's 6 to 7 inter-county stars in a club team, which is very rare indeed. You know, you'd have to look at the likes of East Kerry, of course they're a divisional side, or maybe you'd have to look at Nemo Rangers and Corofin in terms of having inter-county stars, and that's only really because of the success that they have had in the past couple of years. So what exactly has gone wrong in the past 8 years or so for Ballymun Kickhams? Well, I think the success of Dublin at county level unfortunately has just had a bit of a knock-on effect for Ballymun Kickhams. They're not the only club side in my opinion that has suffered this. I think Vincent's have seen this a little bit as well, Whitehall Comkills as well, with the likes of Costello in the team for example. And unfortunately for Ballymun Kickhams, with some of their star players like Dean Rock and Philly McMahon, so obviously a lot of the time Dublin have had a lot of success at inter-county level, winning the 5 in a row. And obviously what's that meant is obviously Dean Rock and Philly McMahon and James McCarthy, they are entitled to a break. You know, you don't want to rush those players going back into the club season. You don't want to get them involved way too quickly, because of the matter of fact that, you know, more than likely Dublin are going to want to have those players fit for the upcoming season. And Philly McMahon, James McCarthy in particular, two of the most crucial players for Dublin. They have both been very significant in the past 5 to 10 years for Dublin football, and in particular in that 5 in a row season. And I think that is one of the main reasons why they haven't been as quite successful when they've been coming back from this Dublin side and going into the club team, because of the matter of fact that, look, listen, these lads need a rest, they need a break, and they're probably not up to the match fitness or match sharpness that is required. I think another reason as well why it probably hasn't quite worked out is they haven't probably been as organised as they should be. I think maybe with some of these players not having the match fitness, they haven't quite produced the displays on the day. You look at some of the scores for Ballymun Kickhams for example last year in that game when they lost to Na Fianna. You had Dean Rock who scored 2 points, Paddy Small who scored 2 points, Fiach Andrews, Dylan Keaton, Carl Keeley and Jason Whelan all contributing as well. But unfortunately, is that enough? You know, you need to get a bit more from Dean Rock in my opinion, especially with the quality of a player that you've got there, and hopefully they will see a lot more this year. And you know, you look at that team for example, it's a star-studded team. James McCarthy, as we were saying, in midfield, one of the best midfielders in the country, and it will be very interesting to see how Ballymun Kickhams get on this year. So if we have a look at the group that they will be paired in, for example, they will be paired in a group with Skerries Harps of course, which they play on Friday at 6:30. They obviously are in a group with Thomas Davis of course, who were the finalists in the county championship last year, and they also have Round Towers of Lusk. So be interesting to see how they get on in that group in particular. Ballymun Kickhams a very, very interesting team, and I will certainly have a close eye on them. I am going to try my best to stream that game as well. I'm actually going to try my best to stream 2 games at the one time. We'll have to see how possible that is, or whether I'm able to do so. But in particular, Ballymun Kickhams are a team to watch in 2020, and I just wanted to make a video kind of to follow up on the 10 clubs to watch in Gaelic football, because I feel like Ballymun Kickhams deserve a special mention. And I think another thing worth pointing out is the fact that I feel like a lot of their players will be a lot more prepared this year compared to previous years. Now, Philly McMahon actually did come out recently, and he did even say that they do not have any more excuses in terms of the Dublin County Championship. He said it's probably a year that we have to look at and say, do you know what, we haven't got that excuse anymore. Let's get on with it. It's great because we have young lads coming through as well, who, if they rubbed off the experience of the 6 lads, it'll help them develop. Do you know, rubbing off the culture, leadership, and so on. And absolutely, Philly McMahon makes a great point there, and I feel like for Ballymun Kickhams in particular, this could be their year to win the county championship. Now, of course, I'm not a Ballymun Kickhams fan, for anyone that is wondering. I will obviously have a close eye on them, because I actually feel like their success could be critical to Dublin in the Inter-County Championship this year, because of the fact that it is an open knockout, and because of the fact that this is a chance for a lot of the Dublin players to really be prepared and be ready. And I feel like if Ballymun Kickhams get to a final, if Ballymun Kickhams go far in this Dublin County Championship, I feel like that could reflect quite massively on Dublin's chance in the All-Ireland this year. Look, listen, Dublin are probably still the favourites to win 6 in a row, even if they have changed their manager, even if Jack McCaffrey's no longer going to be in the panel. But I feel like for some of these players, it's important for them to get as much games as possible, and that could be significant leading into the Inter-County Championship this year. Alright lads, that is going to be the end of the video. Do let me know down in the comments below what you think of some of this weekend's action. I do fancy Ballymun Kickhams to get the victory versus Skerries Harps. It should be a comfortable victory for them nonetheless, and I would expect them to get through in this group with the likes of Thomas Davis, for example. Basically, what I'll be doing from now on, of course, every week, is I'll be picking out one team to speak about every weekend, of course, rather than do a complete preview, because there's so many matches going on. It is very hard, of course, to select everyone there, of course, and this is a particular game that I will have a focus on this weekend. So look, listen, I do appreciate all the comments and stuff recently. Do share this out to your friends and family if you could, so we can continue the growth of the channel. My name is Aaron, and I'll see you later.